Hello everyone and welcome to part 2 of rewriting Yu-Gi-Oh! Before we get started, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart thank you so much. I never in my wildest dreams expected the first part to do anywhere near as well as it did in terms of views and likes, but I've never been so happy to be proven wrong. If you guys want to keep this going, then make certain to show me by continuing to leave likes and subscribe to the channel. Also, I loved reading your comments on the last one and the ideas that you gave me, so make sure to leave a comment as well, whether that's just to say hello or to give me some ideas for future parts. I have also decided that with me still working a full-time job, I'm going to do slightly shorter videos than I first anticipated so that I can give you a more consistent content, as I initially wasn't expecting such a high demand of content. But with all that out of the way, let's get back to the story. We pick back up with the gang as they're getting off the boat and finally step foot on Duelist Kingdom Island. The gang is still quite hung up on Weevil's antics on the boat, throwing Exodia into the ocean, but they concur that there's nothing they can do about it quite yet, as they have to go to the castle for the introduction to the tournament. As the gang head up, they once again spot Bakura from school. They make it to the top of the staircase and Pegasus stands on top of the castle, welcoming everyone to the tournament in an upbeat yet ominous manner. He announces the rules of dueling each other around the island until you earn 10 star chips. The first 4 duelists to reach the castle will be the finalists. Yugi, Joey, Tristan and Taya make their way into a floral field preparing for the tournament to begin. Joey reiterates being unsure if he's good enough to do it, but he'll never give up. He's in this tournament for his sister and he'll do everything he can to win the prize money for her operation. Once the fireworks go off to symbolise the official beginning of the tournament, the gang instantly spot Weevil and it's on sight for them. Yugi challenges him to a duel but he runs away. The group chase him but they're unsure as to why he's even running, until they come to a forest surrounded duel field. Yugi proposes they put all their chips on the line, but Weevil refuses, claiming he's not stupid enough to put both of his star chips on the line for Yugi's one. Yugi agrees that the wager will be 1 star chip each and the duel gets underway. A crowd begins to form as they wonder who's dueling when Joey announces that it's Yugi Moto, the man who defeated reigning champion Seto Kaiba, and he's his best friend, Joey Wheeler, and the other two, they're trespassers. The duel is underway when Yugi opens with Feral Imp and Weevil attacks with his Killer Needle. Yugi is stunned when his Feral Imp is destroyed when Weevil announces that because of the field power bonus, his Killer Needle is stronger. These were the rules that were revealed to him earlier by Pegasus for winning the regional championships. Yugi laughs in response, much to Weevil's surprise, as he summons Mammoth Graveyard, announcing that he understands the field power bonus as well, and uses his Wasteland to buff his monster, destroying the Killer Needle. The duel continues going back and forth until Weevil puts up a wall in the form of his Cocoon of Evolution. Just as he does this, we once again get an appearance from Mai Valentine. She appears claiming that Yugi could never defeat regional champion Weevil Underwood. Taya's furious that Mai would ever insult her Yugi. Joey and Tristan agree that they are concerned as well, as Weevil is clearly incredibly talented. The gang continue to cheer on Yugi as Mai berates them, asking if they use their free time to work on this pointless cheerleading, but Taya says that Mai wouldn't understand, as she's never even had friends who would want to cheer her on. Eventually, Weevil brings out his Great Moth. It shocks and concerns Yugi, but he has a plan. The duel ends when Yugi summons a Dark Magician. In Weevil's turn he attempts to attack, but Yugi activates Mirror Force. He destroys the Great Moth and attacks Weevil directly for game. Weevil is furious, but he walks off, not eliminated. Yugi now celebrates with 2 starships. Following the duel, we get a flashback to Serenity and Joey on a trip to the beach as kids, as Joey promised Serenity they'd go, showing how even from such an early age he would do anything for his sister. He promises her that even if their parents do go through divorce and they must part ways, he will one day take her back to this exact beach. Joey then looks out on all the duelists preparing for battle when Joey says he's ready for anyone. The group kinda doubt him, but Joey shows that he knows what he's doing, even checking the fields that would benefit his monsters the most. The camera pans as we hear Mai's voice after eliminating another nobody from the tournament and claiming she's psychic. She quickly goes over to Yugi saying she's in the mood for a duel, but her attention changes, challenging Joey to a duel. She claims she overheard Yugi being the one to give Joey his only star chip, and that he's probably the easiest win on the island. Joey accepts the challenge, much to the shock of all of his friends. He says that he was trained by Grandpa and he's ready for the challenge, with a duel between Joey and Mai getting underway. She says that she'll only be wagering 1 star chip, as that's all that Joey has, much like Weevil to Yugi. Before they start, Joey questions the reason Mai duels, and she replies with a list of material things, annoying Joey even more as he challenges her motives, claiming he and the others duel for people they love, and that will overpower Mai. Joey starts off with Masaki, but Mai suddenly starts choosing her cards without even looking. Joey is confused but shakes it off. Mai summons her first Harpy Lady, destroying Joey's Masaki and getting an early advantage, ending her turn by playing a face down, again without looking. Joey makes continuous mistakes, proving he isn't up to par with the other top duelists. The duel continues back and forth until Joey works out that Mai isn't psychic. Whilst he's closing his eyes to strategize, he smells out her trick, realizing she soaked her cards in different perfumes. He starts to doubt if he has a chance, seeing a flashback of the one scene I completely misinterpreted in the last episode where Serenity is saying she doesn't want him to forget her face because they haven't seen each other in a while, not because Joey is going blind, which reminds him why he's dueling and he doesn't give up. After working out her devious plan, he gets fired up, eventually using the combination of Time Wizard and Baby Dragon to summon Thousand Dragon, destroying one of Mai's harpies and eliminating the rest of her life points. As Mai gives Joey his star chip, she tells him she got Joey all wrong. There's definitely a duelist in there, he just needs to polish his skills. Joey tells Mai that she's great at what she does, but while she only duels for herself, she'll never reach a top brass. She laughs and leaves as the group celebrate. Later that day, the gang is searching for food as they were too stupid to bring any with them for a weekend on an island. Joey sniffs out some cooked fish. They show up to the site and Joey and Tristan go to dig in straight away, but Yugi stops them, saying that someone is clearly cooking that for themselves, but they don't care and say they shouldn't have left it unattended, when a harpoon suddenly shot out of the water towards them. The gang jump out of the way when Mako Tsunami shows up. They recognise him as the third place duelist in the regional championship. Mako is furious until he discovers that he's talking to Yugi Moto, the only man to ever defeat Seto Kaiba. Mako offers them a meal if Yugi agrees to duel him, with a wager of 2 star chips. During the meal, Mako gives his backstory, explaining how he was out fishing with his father when a brutal storm had hit. His father tied him to the mast of the boat so he couldn't go overboard, but he could only sit and watch as a massive wave hit the boat, taking his father's life in the process. The duel that proceeds is somewhat uneventful. Yugi would tell Mako that he respects his reason for dueling, wanting the prize money to sail the seas to achieve his father's dream as he can no longer can himself. But Yugi tells him that he's dueling for his grandpa, and will stop at nothing to make sure he does so. Mako's on top for the majority of the duel, using the Ocean Field power bonus to his advantage, but eventually Yugi summons the Summon Skull, attacking Mako's legendary fisherman, wiping out Mako's remaining life points and putting Yugi on 4 star chips. Mako thanks Yugi for a great duel, and Yugi does the same, as the gang leave together looking for their next challenge. We now cut to a young boy in a hat and mask climbing out of the window of a castle before Croquet appears with some food for him, only to realise the boy has escaped. He panics and rushes to tell Pegasus. When telling Pegasus, Pegasus shrugs it off and checks for an update on the tournament, seeing Yugi has 4 star chips and 2 wins. He tells Croquet that if he finds Yugi Moto, they'll find the escapee. The gang are now seen walking through the forest when they're talking about Yugi having 4 star chips already, claiming that he'll be able to make the finals in no time and save his grandpa. Joey is disappointed to still only have 2, but they assure him that he'll be able to get enough star chips to qualify and save his sister soon enough. Tristan isn't convinced and winds up Joey, but they ignore it and move on. Suddenly, we hear someone screaming for help and the gang jump to action. They see one of Pegasus' goons dragging a young boy away. Tristan goes on the offense, attempting to take down the guard, but gets taken out himself. They question what's happening, and they're told the kid has no star chips so he's eliminated, but the kid protests that they were stolen, his deck as well. Joey tells the boy that they'll find the person who stole his chips and get them back for him. The kid asks why, but Joey says he'll never leave someone in trouble. He then thinks back to his father's abuse, thinking to himself, I'll always help kids in need, because when I was in trouble, no one was there to help me. All of a sudden, a young boy sneaks up on the group. He challenges Yugi to a duel, and they quickly work out that this was the boy who stole the other boy's star chips. Yugi accepts the duel on the condition that when he wins, he gets the star chips and the deck back that was stolen. The young boy accepts, and the duel begins. The boy takes the first turn. He claims that Yugi will pay for what he did to his big brother, taking off the mask to reveal himself as Mokuba Kaiba. We then see a flashback to a conversation with Mokuba and Kaiba following Kaiba's defeat to Yugi. Kaiba tells Mokuba that he has to go away for a while, and that after he lost to Yugi, it's like he's lost a part of himself. Mokuba reveals that he wants to defeat Yugi to make his brother feel better and come back home, and he hates Yugi for breaking up his family. The duel continues in a simple fashion, Yugi comfortably on top. Mokuba tells Yugi that the Big Five have reached out to Pegasus, trying to take control of Kaiba Corp. They need him to end Seto Kaiba and kidnap Mokuba because the Kaiba by blood must be the official owner of Kaiba Corp, but if they have control of Mokuba, they have control of the company. The gang are in shock upon what's revealed to them, but Yugi didn't realise Mokuba had moved as he attempts to snatch Yugi's star chips. He proclaims that if he can't beat him, he'll just get him disqualified, but Tristan grabs him. Yugi tells Mokuba that Kaiba is just lost. After defeating him, he eradicated the darkness in his soul, and Kaiba is just trying to find himself now. Mokuba asks if that's the case, what is he supposed to do? But Yugi tells him to put his faith in him, and together they will defeat Pegasus. Kaiba Corp will remain in control of Seto, and everyone will be free from Pegasus' dark plans. Following this, we cut to Seto Kaiba in his office, racking his brain as to how he possibly could have lost to Yugi, saying he's run so many tests of possible outcomes and Yugi got the only chance out of 100 of winning, when suddenly, 2 of Pegasus' henchmen break down the door, telling Kaiba he has to come with them as Pegasus would like a few words, pointing guns down at Kaiba. Kaiba throws his chair at them without hesitation, grabbing his briefcase and jumping out the window. The guards look down, claiming there's no way someone could have survived a fall like that. They grab Kaiba's deck and they leave. The gang are then seen running to give back the star chips to the boy Mokuba stole them from, only to see that he and the other eliminated duelists have already been sent on their way. Yugi's furious as Kimo grabs Mokuba again, saying he's going to be taking him back to Pegasus Castle. Yugi tells him to stop and challenges him to a duel. If Yugi loses, he'll leave the island and forfeit the tournament, but if Yugi wins, Mokuba stays with them. Kimo tells Yugi that if he's that desperate to lose the tournament, then he'll meet them at the duel field he faced Mokuba at in 1 hour. Yugi accepts. When the group finally arrive, they see Mokuba still being held against his will by Kimo, and Kimo tells Yugi that his opponent's up there, ready for the duel. Yugi looks up and sees Kaiba? The group is shocked, but Yugi's ready to duel anyway. Kimo tells Yugi that he's not dueling the real Kaiba, but a ghost of him. He tells him that they saw Kaiba lose his life recently, and this is all that's left. The ghost tells Yugi that he took everything from him when he beat him in that duel, and now he's going to get his revenge. Yugi refuses to accept it and calling him a fake. The ghost tells Yugi that when this is over, he'll take all of Yugi's star chips. Yugi accepts, claiming that when he wins, he'll have 8 star chips, and almost be in Pegasus Castle. The duel begins and the ghost opens with the Tsunami giant, stunning Yugi as this is the exact same opening move Kaiba used in their first duel. Yugi summons the Dark Magician, destroying the Tsunami giant. We then cut to a scene of the real Kaiba. We're shown how after he jumped out of the window, he did survive. He landed on a ledge, not visible from the window. He enters a secret underground office near Kaiba Corp, avoiding the guards in the area. Kaiba logs into his computer, getting through all of Pegasus' new system protection he put in place. Kaiba is then informed of Mokuba's kidnapping in an attempt of a hostile takeover of Kaiba Corp. Kaiba is furious, but begins to hack into the Duelist Kingdom mainframe. Back in the duel, Yugi can't believe it, as the ghost summons a blue-eyes white dragon. Yugi begins to question what he believes, as it must be Kaiba's deck, but he refuses to believe that Kaiba is gone, but Mokuba starts breaking down, believing his brother is no longer with them. The duel continues until Kaiba starts going through every duel field, attempting to find the one Yugi is dueling at until he finds them, but the duel is still underway. Yugi continues to stall, unable to defeat the blue-eyes white dragons. He slowly whittles down the ghost's life points, but is constantly on the back foot as he summons a second blue eyes and then a third. Yugi is avoiding defeat until suddenly the speakers activate on the duel field and it's revealed to be the real Kaiba. He tells Yugi that he's alive and well, and that he's just dueling a fake and he better destroy him and get his deck back. But he also mentions that to Mokuba to just hang on in there and he will never let anyone ever hurt him. Yugi is angry but relieved, demanding the ghost reveal his identity, which he does by ripping off a skin mask. He claims that he's just a hired gun from Pegasus, calling himself a player eliminator. Pegasus hired him to weed out the weak duelists, and he's really just an old stunt double for actors, but after a bad accident that left him looking like this, he can never get any work. He claims Pegasus pays them such good money he can never turn it down, and now he's going to get his pay rise by taking Yugi out of the tournament. Yugi laughs as he tells him that this duel is over. He fusion summons Gaia the Dragon Champion for the first time and equips it with the Horn of the Unicorn, attacking one of the blue-eyes white dragons and winning the duel, and getting Yugi to 8 star chips. We cut back to where Kaiba was communicating with Yugi from. 3 of Pegasus' henchmen break in, but Kaiba is nowhere to be seen. He's furious, but stays calm, saying, "That's 2 escapes now, Croquet. Must I lock you away?" The crew celebrate, but not for long, as when they turn around, Kimo has already taken Mokuba away, not holding up to their end of the deal. The gang search for a little while, but realise Mokuba is probably already back in the castle by now, giving them another reason to get in there and defeat Pegasus. We then cut to Rex and Weevil. Rex is mocking Weevil for only having 1 star chip after losing to Yugi, but Rex has 4. Weevil says he'll do anything to get revenge on Yugi, but he has a plan. He just needs Rex's help for a little while, and Rex agrees. The group are looking for another duel for Joey, but Tristan starts joking with him, saying he needs to find the easiest duelist to have a chance, or even a dueling monkey. The two start going at each other, with Joey eventually laying a punch on Tristan. Tristan storms off, but Yugi tells Taya he's going to go try find him. Taya agrees and stays with Joey. Taya and Joey are walking on, looking for Joey's next opponent, when suddenly Rex and Weevil appear. They tell Joey that they want to duel. The best way to get under Yugi's skin is by getting his best friend off the island. Joey accepts, but before they reveal, they wanted a tag duel. Joey then starts to panic, knowing that Taya is nowhere near the level needed to help him beat both Weevil and Rex, but suddenly, Mai shows up. She says that she'll be Joey's partner, as Taya can't compete without star chips, as she's not even in the tournament. Joey is stunned, but Mai ups the stakes. She says that if they're that desperate, they'll all put every star chip they have on the line. They see Mai already has 8 star chips, so they accept, as the one win will almost get them both into the finals. Joey asks Mai why she came to help, to which she replies, "Maybe it's about time I started dueling for someone other than myself. Right, Joey?" He smirks at her, and the duel begins. Joey is clearly the weak link, as they both continue to target Joey, dropping his life points lower and lower until Mai protects him with the Mirror Wall trap card. Joey thanks her, and she just chuckles to herself. Mai tells Rex that if he's so confident of eliminating Joey, we should up the stakes even more. Maybe he could even put his rarest card on the line. Rex laughs confidently and he agrees, saying that's fine, but when they win, he wants Joey's Time Wizard card. Joey is hesitant, but Mai accepts on his behalf. We then cut back to Tristan and Yugi. Tristan is furious at Joey, but Yugi asks Tristan why he's being so hard on Joey. Tristan tells him that he loves Joey like a brother, but if he keeps thinking he's the best duelist around, he's going to get way in over his head and lose the only chance he has to help his sister. Yugi tells Tristan that he may be right, but if Joey doesn't test himself against the best, he'll never improve to the level of the finals, and he needs all the support to get there. Tristan tells Yugi that he's right, but he's never looked at it that way. Yugi smiles and tells Tristan they should go back and find them, because if there's one thing Joey does need, it's their support. Tristan echoes his sentiment, and they both begin to run back to where they last saw Joey and Taya. Back to the duel, we see Weevil and Rex are firmly in control. Weevil has his Great Moth, and Rex has his Serpent Knight Dragon. Mai has her Harpy's pet baby dragon, and Joey has baby dragon. Mai is panicking and tells Joey he better not get her knocked out of the tournament, but Joey draws, and when he does, he tells Mai that she put her faith in him, so he's about to repay the favour. Joey summons Time Wizard, and it's time for some time magic. They get the good outcome, and Serpent Knight Dragon and Great Moth are both destroyed, as Mai and Joey's cards evolve, Joey now with Thousand Dragon, and Mai with Harpy's Pet Dragon. They both call an attack in unison, and win the duel. Rex and Weevil are stunned. Mai and Joey have defeated them. Mai goes over and takes their star chips, and Rex's Red Eyes Black Dragon. She gives the card to Joey and puts 2 of the star chips in her glove. Mai thanks Joey for getting her to 10 stars, but she passes the remaining 3 to Joey, getting him up to 5 stars. She jokingly tells Joey that he needs the card and the extra chip way more than she does. Joey thanks Mai for helping him, but she stops him, telling him that of all people, she never expected someone like him to help her see that she needed to stop thinking about herself all the time, but Joey just makes her think differently. She goes to leave but turns back and tells Joey she better see him in the finals, as she doesn't want this to be the last time they see each other. Taya celebrates with Joey as Tristan and Yugi arrive. Tristan begins to apologise to Joey, telling him that he's been a bad friend and he's going to be way better from now on, so now it's time to find Joey a duel and help him catch up to Yugi, but Joey flashes his stars, shocking them both. Joey says that he beat both Rex and Weevil, but Tristan and Yugi can't believe it. Taya then chimes in to say it wasn't without the help of Mai. Tristan says that of all people, he can't believe she helped him. Joey tells him not to insult Mai, and Tristan laughs mocking him, asking if little Joey has a crush, and they start to fight again, with everything back to normal between the group. And that's where we're going to end today. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and thank you so much again for the support on the last part. I appreciate it more than you could ever imagine, and I'm so excited to keep going with the rewrite. I also just want to quickly mention that because of how difficult it's going to be to download the episodes, I've had to stop adding clips to the videos. I really like the idea, but it's just not viable anymore, so I hope that doesn't upset too many people. If you haven't already, then please sure to leave a like and comment with your thoughts on this part, as it really helps with the algorithm, and please subscribe as it shows me you want more. Anyway, with that said, I'll see you in the next video.